Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome in, everyone. Hopefully, you guys are having a great start to your week. Hopefully. It is Monday, the 21st of October. This month has gone by really quick. I feel like. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this whole year has gone by really quick. We're almost to 2025. Before we know it, we might actually see some court cases go through that we've been waiting on. It seems like we've been waiting on a few. So welcome into Unfiltered, where this is a little bit of the unfiltered side of yours truly. My name is Tanya. If you are unaware, if you're new to the channel, if you're not new to the channel, welcome back. And if you are new, welcome on in. We just sit over here and joke a little bit. We do talk serious topics, but for the most part, we come over here to laugh, hang out, take it easy. We don't really take anything. We try not to take anything too seriously. And hopefully everybody that we do commentary on, they don't take it too personally as well. Except for Bullhorn Betty. She could probably take it a little personally. But thanks for joining me. I accidentally hit the other channel when I was scheduling the live, because it just goes under Titanium Built, which is our first channel, our main channel. And so I deleted it. So hopefully everybody will kind of come over here. They'll see that we're over here. But I love Chopper, what he said in the beginning. He said, once upon a time, because he wrote us a book, there was a like button, that like button to be smashed. And if you smash that like button, you would be awesome. The end. I love that story. I could hear that all day. Hey, Mama Duck. Hey, Sailor. Hey, Catherine. Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you. Hey, other Catherine. Mary Beth's at work. Proud Mimi. Snazzy. Trinkets Jewelry's here. Tibbo. Welcome in. Candy Wrapper. It's good to see you guys. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Teresa. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Isabel. It's been forever since I've seen you, Isabel. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Bombs Becca. Hey, Juno. So I figured we would just listen to a little bit of Betty today. She says some things on every live that make you just go, huh, And today she was kind of reviewing a little bit of everything. In the middle of it, I was watching it and I had to stop. I'm not sure exactly what she was doing, but she was going back and reviewing the panel that Chris and Seth were both on from Web Sleuths. And I don't know if she's calling that her receipt or what, but I actually have, let's play that real quick. Actually, I have on this channel a video short that I made. Let's see. I made this video short. This was way before anything came out about anything. So June 29th, I made this. And let me pull it up for you. If you guys haven't had a chance to see it, you will now. So I say, this is me like recording off my iPad. But I just, my title is this defamation? And I tagged Clue and Seth Rogers and I went, whoa, and I hit follow. So, and I liked my own video. Look at that. I like this. Of course I did. It's my own video. But let's listen to this. This is what, so Seth is going after, before we get started with that, about the lawsuit or the supposed, injunction that they're trying to do. It hasn't even seen a judge yet. They may be looking over it today. We don't know when they're going to look over it. They don't know when they're going to look over it. Nobody knows except for the judge. I mean, that could sit on his desk for the whole week, but they're going to have a press conference tomorrow. So this is a little bit of Seth on Brittany J's panel talking about Cluminati, the person that he's trying to get an injunction on. Okay.
I look at a lot of this shit like, chlamydia said they're talking about this and that, and it's like, why you sitting in that chair calling me fucking fat?
He's talking about Illuminati.
Hey, you weren't supposed to say her name. We don't mention creators' names here, okay?
I'm sorry.
Even if they create STDs.
It's okay, even if they create STDs, he said.
someone in the chat.
And you got Brittany laughing in the background hysterically. Two of the people that are on the plaintiff's list to, you know, for this injunction are I just don't get it. I saw this today because somebody commented. I forgot I had done this video, and someone had commented, and I was like, huh, how about that? I actually have more on my TikTok. We should go through those sometime. I have a lot more. Oh, okay. Well, oh my gosh. I just scared myself, y'all. I just scared myself, y'all. Okay, so I deleted my old video like just a minute ago because it was the same. It was this video. It was this live. And so I just was like going through in my tabs and I was trying to go back to like where you guys were. And I hit this tab and it says video unavailable. And I thought like somebody had already struck my stream. Like, look at this. It was me though. I'm the one that took the video down. Oh man. Okay. I'm with it. It's Monday. It's Monday, you know? Does GW, okay, let's see. Proud Me said, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Does GW have to respond to the RO before it goes to the judge? That's a good question. I don't think so. The judge is going to look at it either way. He's going to look at it. And in my humble opinion, he's going to toss it out. Or he's going to say, you need to amend this to, like, you're going to have to amend this document and point out exactly what Granny's watching said and did, what Barbecue Lady said and did, and the other 50 people supposedly that he has that they're going to give this injunction to. In my opinion, that is a load of bull crap because they don't even know 50 people covering this case. There's not even 50 people covering this case for them to be giving out 50 injunctions. Like it's insanity, isn't it? I think it is anyway. I think it's insanity. I was trying to heart that. I love that you can like the super chats and love that, like love them, like hit the little heart. So let's pull up Betty. Let's see what she's up to. Let's see what she's up to. She's pulling up her hair. Roses are red. The sky is blue. I don't know what the rest of the shirt says, but I'm sure we'll find out. I think she's like sitting in a chair today. I do have her on 1.25 because, you know, this is a long one, so we may skip through it a little bit too, but we'll see. And welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. Good to see everybody. Welcome. Revivals, Self Revivals here. Floor. And I saw other people. Darcy. If I didn't say hi, hello, welcome in. Hey, DM. Hey, Reba. I knew I saw Reba in there. Hey, Angie. Welcome on in, everyone. Hey, did I miss anyone? Hey, Judy.
I got a lot of stuff I got to do today, including a court hearing to see if the judge will continue my court case just for a little bit, just to give me some reprieve to handle the house and to make up for the lost time of being down power, down internet still intermittent here at my house. There will just be a moment when it just goes out.
But she can stream. She's never had any problem streaming.
It takes a little while to get back up. Sometimes goes down for 5 minutes. Sometimes it goes down for a couple hours. So, hey guys, it's nice to see you. Samantha, Pale, Cindy. Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. Car Guy. Big hugs and loves to you guys. Rhonda, it's nice to see you. Amanda, Courts Crime Couch. Love it. Football Mom, good morning. Miss Lee, Mom of 3. Chasing Crimes. Good morning, beautiful. It's nice to see you. Clarissa, good morning.
Oh, and there it is. Chasing Crimes. See, y'all are freaking two-faced son of a guns. Okay, we're gonna keep it a little PG-13 right now because it's still the morning, still in the afternoon. I mean, but Betty, oh, this is why I usually put the chat up with her because it cracks me up.
Good morning. I gotta once we get on this.
Okay, well, Chasing Crimes is from TikTok. Okay, so there used to be a group of people, the 2 a.m. people, that would be on TikTok with Tony and all of this. Well, they've all like broken up. The party is broken up. So now you have Chasing Crimes, which she went on, I believe it was Queen Bee one day and made a complete fool of herself. She's over here with Betty and them now. And then you have like Barbecue Lady on the side of like, Chris and Katie and searching with, that kind of group. She hasn't searched, but she puts up flyers and stuff. So she does search. So she's on that kind of a side because there are sides, no matter what way you look at it, there are sides. So that's just funny to me because now they're all going in each other's chats. They're going to sub grab. They're going to grift off each other. They're going to do all of the things. You wait and see.
I'll have to drop some of
I'm just here to warn you.
Charles links and stuff like that on here. If you guys don't
Come on,
know,
live chat.
Clarissa sells shirts, and I love the what is it, true crime and coffee, fueled on true crime and coffee or something. I gotta go get it. I gotta go get the shirt. I can't remember what it says, but I love that shirt. I do love that shirt. I love.
Wasn't that Crime Sleuthen's old name? Fueled on Coffee and Crime, or something like that.
Magna Bullhorn Betty shirt too. Betty for 2024. I can't lie. I do love these. It's nice to see you, sweet Jenna, Sam. I am. It's nice to see you, JoJo, Gigi for life. It's nice to see you as well.
I don't know why
DNA, Bobby, Sharon, Gypsy. Good morning, my love. I know you're doing well today. Nice to see you, my love. Suzanne, Dawn.
There we go.
I already said hi to Mr. and Mrs. Car Guy, but if not, hey. Mag 50, Ashley, Lisa, Miss Lee Mama 3. It's my 2-year anniversary. Yay! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Oh my God.
You. Happy birthday.
We don't need that. We don't need any of this. This isn't what we needed. Oh, Isabel. Girl, we got to catch you up. Do you have 4 years? Newest thing is Nick the Hat, Dog the Bounty Hunter, and the whole crew. BJ, allegedly with Brittany J. We got Betty. They're all suing people, or not suing. I'm sorry, injunction. They're putting in an injunction for them to all stop talking about Sebastian. Okay, that's not going to work.
Miss Lee Mama 3.
And then you got over here Betty singing when she's got two. She's in two litigations right now.
Happy birthday to you. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I didn't check my pipes this morning. Kendra, it's nice to see you. YouTuber, Shining Star, Debbie, Susan, it's nice to see you. Angela.
Her laugh should be a meme. I'm telling you.
Lena, good morning. Stacy S, it's nice to see you. Beth, good morning.
Okay, yeah, good morning.
Tony, did I say good morning to you, Rhonda? If I didn't, good morning. Our Georgia Patriot woman, it's nice to see you. Yes, I did. I read some of the emails. I got a lot of emails. I've been getting kind of behind in them, but yes, we've been keeping an eye on everything, guys. I can promise you that.
Keeping an eye on what?
Vermont girl, it's nice to see you. Stacy, Stephanie, it's nice to see you all. Good morning. As many of you guys know, people have, and it really upsets me because I wish people would get up to, if you're going to talk about something, at least do your due diligence and your fact finding. Colin did not do that. I think that's what his name is. Did not do that. And I find it, a little problematic when you're on here talking about something that you literally invested zero time in to find out the true facts of the case. This is not a situation of people talking about a case. We all know that. The people that aren't delusional know that. These people.
There's no facts of this case. I'm going to tell you what the facts are right now, okay? A 15-year-old boy left his home in the middle of the night on February 26th. He was dressed in all black, and no one has seen him since. The dogs, when they took him out there, they went to the retention pond. One jumped in. They weren't sure why. After that, they've been searching all around that place, and they cannot find him. Those are the facts. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. This other stuff, this other fluff that's around because of Seth Rogers, and I'm going to say it's because of Seth Rogers, it's just that. It's a bunch of bull crap and it's a bunch of fluff.
Literally didn't like what was going on, didn't like us being involved, and tried to get us fired from jobs, have us locked up, thrown in jail, brigading local law enforcement to the point that they're calling my attorney, begging my attorney to literally just stop because these people won't stop calling their offices. Their tiny little town can't handle all of the calls that they're getting from these hate channels. We've got all of this stuff cataloged and logged. This is not something where people are just talking smack on YouTube. We all know that. Okay. This is going not only real life, but orchestrating a complete campaign to take people out and ruin their lives. That's what this is about. So let's stop all the, I'm a victim BS.
No one's acting like a victim other than you, Betty. You're the victim all the time. I mean, even when you're talking about a case, Sebastian's not the victim. You are, Betty. You're the victim, remember? And don't forget that, guys. Don't forget, Betty's the victim here.
Okay. They know what they did. They know that they're in hot water. We've got a lot of evidence against them. There's going to be a lot more coming out. And I just want you guys to hear what Nick has to say, because
you know what I would love? Sorry, I'm pausing it so much. I would love for the Wells family, Dawn and Candace, to team up with Chris and Katie and go to that press conference tomorrow and stand out there. And all the other families she's messed up. In the Gabby Petito case, she did crap in that case. Idaho 4, every case she touches. Michael Vaughn, all of them.
I want people to understand the severity of this. If people can say, no big deal, they don't have standing. I can promise you that I don't see these types of attorneys getting involved in this case if they didn't think that they had a good case. Just saying. We've got literally 3 attorneys from New York. What is the states?
There's only 2 listed on that paperwork.
New York, Pennsylvania, and Florida. Okay.
Castor and Lesniak.
It's my understanding there's another attorney in another state that's already coming aboard. They're hitting in all these states. I just want to let you know that this is, they can sit there and talk. I'm not going to warn people because they need to make their own bed and it's only going to benefit me. So I'm staying out of it. I'm not addressing any of it. Other than this, I'm going to let Nick the Hat address this stuff moving forward. He's been updating the guy that they said was in jail, right? These people.
I believe he was in jail. I think he just got out. I believe he was in jail.
Don't get anything right. When are you guys going to wake up from the delusion and understand these people have lied to you for years? Lied to you for.
Okay, well then why is your girl Brittany J, the one that's on this document with you, saying that he was in jail? Huh? Why is she saying it? Why is BJ going around saying he was in jail?
For years, okay? Predominantly about me. But now they're taking what they did to me and start utilizing it on other people. And these people have a lot more horsepower than Bullhorn Betty. And Bullhorn Betty is absolutely happy to work with these people to get this stuff done. There is a syndicate on this platform that gets paid to bully people. That is
That's you. That would be you. You're the one that gets paid to bully people. Right after you did the shit that Terry Bowersock, you got a $50 super chat, and we have it clipped. I have it somewhere in my pictures where he said, that a girl, something like that. Go get yourself a steak. So no, Betty, you're the one that's the problem. You and your freaking, oh my gosh, you and your plaintiff crew, Nick, Seth, Brittany, Julia, Hong. Why the hell's Hong even on there? He's not even relevant. Neither is Nick, neither is Betty. None of these people are even relevant. That's why they're doing this lawsuit. This is exactly why they're putting out a lawsuit, because they are so irrelevant. They can't handle it anymore. They can't handle not being have some sort of attention. They need it. They live for it. They thrive off of it. It's their drug.
Follow the money.
I'm the victim. I'm the victim. Send me your last $1. I remember Bullhorn Betty saying that in front of Quentin Simon's house. Even if you have $1, just send it.
All I'm going to say, follow the money.
All right, so here's Nick the Hat. It's right to these channels. These are the channels that are making the money. These are the channels that are making the money. Vincent said it last night. Perfect. Because the last 2 nights on my channel, we had a lot of people in there, and it was like a lot. It was a lot different than the last few weeks since we were covering true crime. And he said, look at it. He said, imagine if that was every single night. Because we know how much I make compared to what these people are making. And I put the time and effort in. And I'll say it again. I put the time, effort, and research in.
Listen to what he has to say.
Betty doesn't research. Listen, this is a research.
Slightly. There we go. There he is.
And why is she trying to be like JLR? Like like she knows how to do StreamYard.
Oh, Nick the Hat. Whoa. Right. Okay. All right. I'm going to stop.
Okay, guys, we are on day 238 of the disappearance for Sebastian Rogers. Sebastian vanished on February 25th into the 26th in Sumner County, Tennessee, and he became a ghost in the machine ever since. You guys saw the news that we have initiated litigation. What you guys saw is just Pennsylvania. There are multiple states where we are initiating this litigation: New York, Florida, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Michigan, Virginia. There's a few more states. along that California. But we are initiating approximately 10 different lawsuits across 10 different states with the intent of combining them into a federal injunction and a federal lawsuit. So yeah, right now you guys are seeing the first round of litigation that just went out. I guess that's our first shots fired. It's the first of many. Again, we are filing 10 lawsuits in 10 different states with the intent to combine.
Does this sound like it's a joke? Do you guys understand how much money it costs to do all this? I mean, I'm just taking a moment for people to put into their brains how much this is actually costing our end.
Our end. This, it's pro bono. It says it in the documents. I'm going to find it. I found it and I was reading about it and it said pro bono. That means they are working for free.
Of this.
They're probably working for free because they're probably getting fed that there's going to be some sort of peacock freaking documentary out of all this. And if there is, and these are the people that are on it, oh my gosh, I'm quitting YouTube.
And predominantly at night. How much it's costing them to file this lawsuit, hire the attorneys, make a 700 and some odd page filing, and going to do it in 10 other states. So these people can sit there and hee and ha ha and ho ho.
Hee
But
ha
what they
ha
have
ho.
done to me and other people are criminal. And they do need to be stopped. And they won't stop on their own.
Criminal? Do you want to talk about criminal? How many orders of protection does she have against her? She has 4. And she has 6 that she's already went against. Okay, Betty. Criminals working with criminals. That's what I call this right here.
And this is the only way we're going to get this syndicate, this enterprise, to end this enterprise, this capital.
Tony, criminal. I mean, he has crap on his record. I'm not going to say he's a criminal, but he has crap on there. Seth, I'm sure he probably has something on there too. I'm probably, maybe not. I don't know. I'm just allegedly talking about that. But most of the people on this team have some sort of record. It's very weird.
This money-making rage pay of attacking people, going real life and trying to get them fired from their jobs or locked up because they don't like their involvement in a case and they don't like their commentary. We keep all of our commentary on our channel. We don't go and do real life. We don't go and call people's jobs and get them fired. This is not good. Let's keep going.
Bind them all together and make them federal. Enough is enough. This is about cyberbullying that has deterred the case, and I can see that more bullies are coming on board. I welcome you to submit your motions with the court. They would love to hear from you. Trust me, it'll make our jobs easier too. So go ahead and file that. Be sure to follow the procedure.
And I think that is related a specific direction to SF, because let's face it, he has not been very good. We've watched him turn on multiple parents in multiple cases.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't. He was the lead investigator. I'm sorry, maybe not the lead, but he was the investigator in the Kylie Rodney case, and that's all that she knows. That's all that she knows. And he did a good job in that case. I mean,
you got Kylie Rodney's father and grandfather. You got Dylan Round's mother.
They hired him. Kylie's parents did.
That he chose to attack. You got Jennifer Santinello that he chose to attack. And now you've got Seth Rogers that he chose to attack. You see a pattern of behavior with that man. And all of that will be fleshed out in this proceeding. So he's
planting evidence, trying to get somebody fired from their job, standing outside of someone's home while they're trying to die on hospice in peace and screaming through a bullhorn and having your friend assault a woman. Those are the things that Betty does. 44 different charges on her. Most of them are domestic violence charges. Most of them, the cops wrote down her appearance as dirty. Dirty. Her appearance. Cops put down dirty. Ew, Betty. Ew. If a cop put down dirty for me on a ticket, I would be crying. I would cry. I would straight cry. I would straight cry.
He's only making,
and then I'd come home and my mom would have whooped my ass when if she was alive, she would have.
The job easier to show
dirty.
What he's willing to do. And so I wish him the best, but thank you. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, I think he's making the lawyer's jobs a little easier because he's already submitting to, in my opinion, that was an answer, and he's already submitting to the jurisdiction of the federal proceedings in Pennsylvania. But that's for the attorneys to decide whether they feel the same way or not. I would take it as that, and I would argue that he's already submitted to the courts in Pennsylvania. and he's well versed and knowledgeable on the facts of the case. And by him filing his answer is what I would couch it as opposed to a non-party whatever, because let's face it, he's all over these documents. So, but I don't know. I don't want to get into legal theories and stuff like that, because that's just my own personal opinion. I haven't talked to the attorneys about it, but I did send an email saying I think he submitted already to the courts upon his filing. So we'll see how that all works out and what goes on from here. But I think he's making the job a lot easier, not harder, quite frankly.
Look at that face. That's the face of someone that's angry. He's seething with anger. Maybe I should go undercover and go on in Bullhorn Betty's chat. Go undercover. SF is a joke, in my opinion. Okay, Beth Lewis. Another goof trying to take up for the evil. Beth Lewis, go to church and go sit down.
Procedures and whatnot. I would insult an attorney in Pennsylvania if you're going to file
Oh, and I love that Mystic Firefly's in there now, too. Look at that.
a motion in Pennsylvania because it's much different. But nevertheless, guys, we are going to 10 states with this. Pennsylvania is the first for obvious reasons. Like Mr.
What's obvious reasons? You can't leave the state, Nick? You can't leave the state? I mean, you had to put in the paperwork about all of your misdoings, all of the things that you've done to get yourself locked up to 2 to 4 years. You know, you were in jail for 2 to 4 years. Woo, that's a long time, buddy.
Pastor said the Declaration of Independence was signed 13 miles away from the courthouse where we intend to bring these people.
Oh, yeah,
there's
that
a
makes
lot of them.
sense.
It's not just Barbie.
That makes sense. Let's just, yeah, because it's 13 miles from where the Constitution was written or whatever he just said. Like, what? Are you stupid? I mean, really? Nick, I mean, why are you, that doesn't make no sense. You can sue anybody in any state, anywhere. Why do you feel the need to start with grannies watching the barbecue lady? That's what I'm wondering. Why are you scared to let out all the 50 people? I want to know the 50 people. I bet I'm on there, because if you think about it, there's not 50 people that are covering this case. Who all are you trying to throw an injunction on? And I don't talk about Sebastian's case the last 2 days. We've talked about the documents. But since then, before that, it was September 18th. We didn't even touch this case. So go right ahead. Awesome. That'd be great. Second off, we cover other cases over here. Third, I love to go to Pennsylvania because I do love the food there. They have the best food.
Barbecue lady, it's not just Granny is watching. Those are 2 lead defendants, and you'll see more coming. Lots more. There are 50 people we intend to bring in, and we intend to litigate to the end. Those, I think there's discovery and stuff like this. You guys are funny. This is not a discovery type of case. We're not asking for money. This is an injunction, and if you know what an injunction is, great. If you don't, great. It's not something to play games with. At the end of the day, we are not going to stop until Sebastian is found. The bullies are really working overtime to stop that, and it doesn't work, right? You guys can't really stop it. All the troll accounts. We sent out subpoenas to X. We sent out subpoenas to YouTube.
An injunction could be just a little warning, a warning to, hey, maybe don't say, some Seth. Don't say Seth unalived his kid. I don't know if anyone said that, but they're saying that people said that, and you're good. That's probably that's literally what is going to come out of this, if anything.
Google, Alphabet Inc.
And we also heard from another person that's not well versed in the law that I don't think they're going to comply. It's a subpoena in a federal case, and they can go before a judge and have an order created. This is something that they've opened a federal case. I mean, attorneys have subpoena power in active litigation. So I don't understand why they think that these.
No. The judge has to subpoena people. You have to get a written document from the judge to subpoena people. You can't just be subpoena people. Betty, you don't know the law.
Social media networks are not going to comply. They will absolutely be forced to comply regardless. And quite frankly, a authorized subpoena in an active case goes directly to their legal department. They don't really mess with those things. We learned that with QB's attorney trying to use my case to find out information on another person related to a totally different case. He was able to file a subpoena, even though I objected and everything else. He was able to send that subpoena off to Google, and there was nothing we could do about it. And he got his information in the timeliness that he needed his information. So there is even QB knows very good and well that these statements about social media fighting is a flat out lie, because her own attorney did the same thing.
What's she talking about? All I know is there's some people on your side deleting a lot. Still deleting today, Monday.
Meta, all of the troll accounts, we're getting their IP addresses. We're going to match them back to those that own the troll accounts. From there, those individuals will be dragged through and brought into Pennsylvania or California or Tennessee, whichever jurisdiction they are in. Again, we are going to be filing in 10 different states, 10 different lawsuits with the intent to make them federal. The goal here is to stop the nonsense, find Sebastian Rogers, and we will.
This is not about them talking about Sebastian Rogers' case. It's about them aligning themselves and destroying people's lives in an effort to sway people's minds away from the actual factual evidence into this delusional fairy tale land of Seth being the predator, Seth being a pedo. Seth, these are dangerous things. And not only that, the things that are still coming out of this Yahoo's mouth related to Seth with unsubstantiated information. He clearly doesn't. If he had the information to support his claims, why hasn't he produced it?
If you could get him, Nick the Hack, to say one thing that's actually truthful in this case, I would be so proud of you, because he doesn't even know anything. He didn't know his age. I mean, oh my gosh, he doesn't know his age. Dog called him Nicholas. I mean, come on now, guys.
Right?
I didn't mean to do that.
Can't make claims of facts without having the facts. That's called defamation. And not only that, but this is defamation per se. You don't even need to, Seth doesn't even need to prove the allegations. He only needs to prove that it was stated and it's damaging. He doesn't have to go after finances.
Everything that I've heard them to say were Seth's own words. I hope. No, sorry, nonsense. I'm throwing you in here, and I don't want to throw you in here, but I hope they go after nonsense, because she's got the crap documented all over her channel. She's got it all over her channel. All of Seth's words. It's not her words, it's Seth's words.
Okay, well.
Once these clowns get out of the way, once these keyboard warriors get out of the way, Sebastian will come home. Again, guys, stay safe. Remain vigilant.
So as soon as the keyboard warrior, okay, what did Seth say in the beginning of this? If he had the funds or something, he would have him. Okay, why are people keep saying this kind of stuff? Now they're saying once the troll accounts is what they're calling them, I guess, or whatever. Once those people step back, the people that are getting all the views for Sebastian's case, once they step back, right? The people that are out there getting his name spread out there, because they're having thousands of people in their chats. As soon as they step back, then he's going to be found. That makes a lot of sense, Nick.
We're under the assumption that Sebastian Rogers is alive. Again, we are operating under that assumption. If you see something, obviously alert authorities and remain safe. Stop the bullying, stop the doxing, stop all of that. It's not worth it. It's not worth the money that you're going to be spending in litigation. It's really not. We just started, and it's a rather big bill on our end, so I can't imagine the other end. So
pro bono.
Guys, again, all we're asking for is for some civility here. We're not asking for money. If these individuals were to agree tomorrow to the terms, which include stop bullying.
Okay, so they have a way out. All they have to do is agree to quit bullying people, quit going real life, quit trying to destroy people and people's reputations. And let me guess, they would rather fight this in a court of law, saying they have a right to destroy people's lives and reputations. And they really think that's going to be an argument a judge is going to, side with. When they see what these people have done and what they've done behind the scenes and what they've done in front of the scenes, I really don't think they're going to be.
Got it already. Okay. Let me see here. Let me pull this up. We've got this on page 94. This is for Seth Rogers too. So I'm assuming this is for all of them. I could go back and read all. Actually, you know what? We'll just do this. Okay. So go back to the first one. Okay, flat fee. This is a pro bono representation in keeping at night's policy by representing deserving clients at no charge for agency services. Hong and Alexander Charles Swanson have reviewed the case with corporate counsel and found the client's position to have merit and deems the client himself worthy of consideration. Pro bono commitment at night will provide its service at no charge as part of the agency's commitment to public service and community responsibility. So this engagement says includes cost incurred for third-party services such as forensic analysis and other expenses directly related to the operation. And I'm assuming the lawyers as well. Aside from travel in the event of an impromptu appearance is requested, which shall be covered by the client unless otherwise waived by at night. So that is on page 94 of the exhibits. And so, yeah.
Be very proud of themselves of what's going to be going on, but that's just my opinion.
Tuesday, we would have the agreement, and then Wednesday, the judge will review the agreement and decide whether or not she or he wants to accept it. The judge may very well say,
they might not review it today or tomorrow or the next day. They may go, I can't wait for them to do their stupid little 10 a.m. press conference.
no, I'm not accepting this. I want those women to appear before me so I can see what's going on.
I would like, Vicky, you to tell me who I just come out, I just targeted. I say, ooh, I don't like them, and I just bully them and make videos about them nonstop. I talk
Vicky said, Betty, you need to practice what you preach.
About public interest cases. There's the difference. I talk about cases that are already high profile in the light and some that I make high profile myself, like the Jennifer Santinello and Layla Santinello situation, right? Me and Olivia, nobody would touch that case until Olivia and I got involved. And then what happened? All the bullies in the woodworks came out and started bullying this mother to end her relationship with me, bullying her, and basically told her if she didn't, they were going to ruin her. Oh, but that's okay, right? That's okay to do to a family that's dealing with a missing child, the anguish that you put on a parent because of your hate and vitriol for a creator that's doing nothing wrong just because you don't like them. But that's okay. I'm glad to see where your heart is. I think you need God. A little
Betty, I think you need him because you're always there cussing and then saying, I'm sorry to my preachers, like you have a preacher.
Jesus does a lot for a lot of people.
But
what people are confused about is their narrative is that they're just talking smack. Okay, that's what the problem is in this case. But that's not it. If they were just talking smack on their own channel, nobody would have a problem with it. It's not that. It's them reaching out to say Tony's job to try to get him fired. It's reaching.
Who did that? Does Tony even have a job? I mean, seriously.
Reaching out to in bulk, multiple people, hundreds of people. Blowing up the phones at the sheriff's office, at the DA's office to arrest somebody. And they ultimately arrested me to try to get their phones to shut off is basically what happened.
No, absolutely not. No, don't be lying, Betty. You are a big, bold-faced liar. Nobody was calling the sheriff's station. People might have been calling because they were wanting to see if your ass was in jail. Yeah, people were calling for that, but that was only a couple people.
Unlawfully, but nobody wants to talk about
it. It's not unlawfully
about that, and I can guarantee that is provable. How about trying to call in hundreds to this man's parole officer to have him thrown back in jail for?
Why is everybody calling in hundreds? Why is it hundreds? I don't think so. I couldn't get 100 people to call somewhere.
Years. That's what we're talking about. They may want to run the narrative, oh, we're just saying this. We have a right to our freedom of speech. No, they're not telling their audience what they are doing in bulk behind the scenes with their trusted associates.
I think that's people on your side. Like, people that sit there and put a lot on their mods, make their mods do a lot of work, do all the work.
So you guys can argue all you want. You can try to say, play word salad and say, oh, it's this, oh, it's that, oh, it's this. They lied under oath to get that, Nisi. You know that. You think that's okay? You think it's okay missing a child and willing to lie under oath and lie to a judge?
Lie about?
You think that?
What did they lie about, Betty? You say you never got out of the car. We have it on video that you ran up on Terry Bowersock, you dumb freaking crazy idiot.
That's okay.
You were throwing the signs out the window and they were just magically attaching themselves to the telephone poles because you weren't in anyone's property.
Because I didn't show up because they didn't properly serve me?
They properly served your ass a couple times.
So I should be on the hook because they failed to follow the proper procedures to have me brought into court and to submit me to the jurisdiction from Florida to Tennessee? Again, this is all part of that enterprise.
Oh my God.
And you're just proving my point, Nisi.
Are the cops involved with the enterprise?
It's all part of that enterprise. And I think that people need to wake up. This is not
It'll
about
cry.
people talking on their channel. We talk on our channel all the time. We don't want people shutting our commentary down. What we don't do is we don't attack people real life. We don't send SWATs to people's houses.
Who did that?
Oh, we forgot about that, didn't we?
Who did that? Who did that? Who had the SWAT called? I'd love to know. Who had the SWAT called? I remember allegedly with Brittany J saying that she got swatted or something, but it wasn't. It was a ambulance that pulled into the wrong driveway. So who got swatted?
There's so much here. There's so much here. And all of it's been properly cataloged. This is a cyberbullying syndicate that gets paid to bully people.
Oh, so she had a, oh gosh.
And we need to realize what is really going on here. And I think Nick is doing a great job of explaining it.
And that's what always happens too. Someone calls in a wellness check just because they care about somebody. And then, you know, wow, people are crazy.
But nevertheless, settlement, when we say settlement, that's what that entails. It means that you agree to stop what you are doing and the court will issue an order with that settlement, making it a court-ordered agreement, making any more headspace for bullying not a thing. It's not just for the defendant.
Vicky, no, I think you're wrong about that. I defend myself from the attacks that I have underwent. I don't know if you've lived under a rock, but they've literally made websites about me when I've done nothing but cover a case because they don't like the fact that I bring people with me, that I record, that I'm on documentaries. They're so freaking jealous that they want to take me down because they could never be me. And that's something you're going to have to deal with. You don't like me? Why are you here?
I'll tell you right now, I would never want to be you. Your house looks like it's from the 1980s. You look like you had, no, I'm cool. I'm cool, Betty.
Part of the problem, and you're exactly what we're trying to show the courts about what comes over from their channels and how you guys sit here and just can't let go and can't stay on your own channels and can't talk amongst yourself. You've got to come over here and attack people. Thank you, Governor Pincus.
Hey, Ann, I'm going to go over that actually, I think later tonight. I want to go over that with you guys. Maybe today we'll do it. Maybe we'll do tonight since it's 32.
So you're only proving the points that we're making in court. Thank you so much for that, by the way. I appreciate it.
In this case, it's not just for the plaintiffs. In this case, if these defendants go and start targeting other people, call us. If you've been a victim of any of these.
I want to tell everybody, even if you don't like me, you guys know who has been a victim of this. Who, when this syndicate doesn't like you, how real life they truly go. You guys have been on the other side of that and maybe have kept your mouth shut about it because you don't want to be part of it. Here's your opportunity to stand strong. Here's your opportunity to tell your story of what these people have done to you. Here's your opportunity to come forward and do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. I want you to listen to this. I'm going to back it up just a little bit.
Oh my
it's
God.
Not just for the defendants in this case. It's not just for the plaintiffs in this case. If these defendants go and start targeting other people, call us. If you've been a victim of any of these doxing individuals, call us. You can email doxing@night.agency.
So is someone going to call on him? Because he's the one that's doxed people. He doxed Cluminati. He doxed Granny's Watching on his Twitter. Who else did he dox on his Twitter? He doxed like 3 or 4 people on his Twitter. He wasn't messing around with the doxing button. He was loving it. He's the only person that has doxed anybody. Brittany J, she has her full name scrolling across her banner for her PayPal every night. Nobody can dox her. She already doxed herself. Nick the Hat is on public paper. He is, it's in newspapers. It's in magazines, what he did. So that's easy. Dog the Bounty Hunter. He's an easy one too. So what do you mean? You guys are the team that are coming out here doxing people.
Doxing at night.agency. Doxing at night.agency.
Man, I need another account to be writing them.
Well, I suggest you go get one, Nisi. You're probably part of the people that need one.
And we will obviously investigate your claims.
Oh, I think they deleted her comment. Man, why you gotta be...
And streamline them to the attorneys. This is becoming a class action suit against a lot of individuals. There are many more plaintiffs that haven't been named yet. It's closer to 20. And these are also entities, organizations that are joining us to stop the bullying. It's National Cyberbullying Prevention Awareness Month.
And there's some animals in our chat right now that hasn't gotten the clue.
I got that backwards, but it has something to do with bullying awareness this month. Again, guys, if you see something, say something, feel free to report people if they're doxing you to us now that we are getting, the engines are taking off.
None of these people that are on the plaintiff's side, not one of them has searched for Sebastian. Not one of them, other than Betty, and they got taken down, has put up a sign. And I will say that with my full chest. I know they have it. I know, because if they did, it would be on video, because they would videotape everything. So why are these people that have not done a single damn thing for Sebastian or his case trying to get the people that know? I mean, the people that are the defendants so far. Barbecue Lady, I don't really know her very well, but I know that she did a big fundraiser for billboards. I hope they went to the billboards. And Granny's watching. She hasn't. She's might have said some things, but she's never went out over to Tennessee and caused any trouble. You know what I mean? Betty's driven the 13 hours over there without her snake boots to not search. I swear if she doesn't put them snake boots on and go out there and search, there's going to be a change.org petition. I want the boots. I want the snake boots.
It's not too late to join in as a plaintiff. If you've been attacked, you have rights, right? There are laws, there are boundaries. They must respect those boundaries, or they'll be brought in and they can explain it to the judge. Again, guys, stay safe, stay vigilant. If you see something, say something, and good luck.
So there you have it. Nick the Hat. He's sounds like, in all fairness, they're kind of done with the shenanigans. They're just this is not just normal banter. Just like when I said that, this has been going on for a while. It was well documented in the QB case. I think portions of that are going to be taken out for this Fed case. I'm not sure. Again,
I heard she's doing really well with her case, QB, not Queen or not BHB so much.
I haven't talked to the attorney since the beginning. I gave them my information. I gave them access to my files, and I gave them my affidavit for what they needed for this section. There's going to be more affidavits and more information coming out about this. They are well documented and well connected together, linked together, and we have those linkages. So I just think that this is something where everybody's just telling people you can talk about the case, you can advocate for this child, but what you can't do is go real life and destroy people's lives, which is what they're being paid to do.
That's exactly why you have ROs against you. Restraining orders, Betty, because of you going real life on Chris, Katie, and the Bowerstocks. And you have the nerve to talk about other people going real life. I've never seen Granny's watching. In my opinion, I've only been watching her since December of last year, so almost a year. I've never seen her dox anyone. That's just me. Maybe I missed an episode, but I usually watch her. I know I missed the last 2, but other than that, I usually watch her all the time. Betty, you guys are the problem.
And, we've watched the payments come, right? We've watched those payments come in bulk in some of these YouTube content creators, chats, and other things. So, those are payments of some sort. What are those payments for? We don't know, right? Or maybe we do.
What are you getting paid for?
We'll leave it at that. Long story short, the whole topic of this conversation right here is about,
jealousy. She's jealous of Queen Bee getting 1,000 subscribers in one night or whatever it was. It's a jealousy thing. I understand, Betty. I understand. I get a little pissed too when I see how full your chats are, and look what you're talking about. Nothing.
Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, which is being pushed on the back burner because of all this nonsense, and they just won't let it go. They want to seek and destroy. They want to ruin people's lives, and they want to throw their people that don't believe the way that they believe in jail. And that has been proven on 2 separate occasions, me as well as Nick the Hat. People are saying you can't violate a no contact order with hashtags. And that's what they're trying to say I violated it with. If you look up Google, can hashtags contact anyone? You will see emphatically, no, they cannot. I can talk to my audience. I'm not reaching out to people, and I'm not indirectly speaking to anybody by talking to my audience unless they're over here in my audience, which you're telling people that they're not. So, you can't have both. You can't have both. So,
Betty, just because you're on a YouTube page on your side of the world doesn't mean you can talk shit.
So this was all orchestrated by these hate channels and brought these people into it. And now we have the situation that we have. This is a very well-oiled machine and constructed very well. And the money is being shared amongst them. And follow the money, and that's what's happened. That's what broke this case wide open. So I would take this very, very, very seriously. And the people that have engaged in this know that they've engaged in this and know what their culpability is in this. And they can sit there and laugh like they don't know anything. Even that Yahoo that was on that guy's channel last night, acting like a victim, acting like she's done nothing wrong. Okay, well, we'll wait for the evidence to come out to see if that's true. A lot of people say, oh, they have to attach this. I don't know if people understand evidence, but those affidavits attached to that complaint are evidence.
It's not evidence, Betty. Did you guys see it? It was literally articles from like the officers, you know what I mean? Like articles from local news agencies. They didn't put any evidence together. It's just a lot of copy and pasted. And it's hard to read. It's hard to understand. It's like a load of bullcrap.
Just thought I'd put that out there.
Evidence.
But now it's time to get back to what we've been wanting to advocate for. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, and showing the oddities that are going on in this case. And we have the right to do that. We haven't been attacking people. We've been defending ourselves. As you guys have seen, these people have been attacking me while we just turn the other cheek each and every time. That was okay, right? We kept doing the best we could up until they had me thrown in jail. And after that, it's like, this is now you got sheriff's office co-signing, judges co-signing, something's going on. It's time for action. And action is what needs to be had, because these people are very dangerous. And people need to take them as such. This is not normal YouTube banter or commentary, and it's designed to distract from Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. But here on the
what about the time, Betty, when you spit at that man and the Idaho 4 house, when you were screaming "F you" and "F this" and "F that," and then you spit on him, you spit at him, and it's all videotaped from Olivia across the street.
Bullhorn Betty channel, we're not going to allow that to happen. We're going to get right back to work. So let's keep getting back to work. Let's see what's going on here.
Oh yeah, let's see.
They're still communicating. So a lot of people are.
We'll probably pass through this. This is just going to be her, and this is going to be her saying that this is her evidence. And it's just whenever Chris and them were on panel, like we'll stop it here. She's talking here.
Exactly. So that's the best recommendation I can give them.
Look at her phone on the stand in the background.
The only way we do find out whether things are
how professional
factual is to fact find the statements.
Well,
oh, and I think that's the MacBook that her subscribers got her that she hated for the longest time, and now she uses it. I have the same one, but my subscribers didn't buy that for me.
But they want to ask questions, and let me tell you why.
Questions are one thing, not a statement where I'm belligerent and I'm drunk, because guess what, folks? I could read the comments that you post.
I know, and I'm telling everybody, if anybody says anything rude, they're booted from chat. Mods, if you could boot them. Stacy, could you get Ping over here?
Yes, boot them, because it's not about a 15-year-old child. Just let's keep all this into consideration. The reason why these people are being booted.
Help us. Anybody?
And the other part of this is, if it's nothing in regards to Sebastian, I really don't give a shit, people.
No, and I agree,
Great. 30 minutes, 40 minutes in, we hear his name.
Chris.
We never hear it from Seth. The Seth is the me.
And I mean, I don't know if you heard, I didn't want to discuss.
Oh, I asked a lot of questions and she wouldn't discuss it. Absolutely.
I think it's
Good morning, Stephanie.
semantics at this point. He's been missing for 2 months, and I don't know how his
Like what's 2 months? We were only at 2 months at this point. And I mean, Betty wasn't even on the case then.
bathroom habits are going to help me find him.
Exactly. Mind you that children with autism do have bladder and bowel movement issues to control themselves, but I'm not really worried that people can't read and do their own.
Well, but Chris, let me tell you.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and care about that either.
Let me tell you why that was brought up. Okay, it's because of what Seth said. Seth.
All right, give me just a
Because of what Seth said. It was brought up because of what Seth said.
second. Sorry, guys.
But Betty wants to,
Said. At his
Yes,
house. He didn't.
yes, you were correct. No, you were correct. You just hit the nail on the head.
Mm-hmm.
You just hit the nail on the head. Seth has opened his mouth. He has said a lot of things he probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
And he needs to learn how to close it, because quite honestly, none of that has anything to do with finding Sebastian.
Right. And you know
Absolutely.
what? But Chris, let's keep it that way, because Seth has said he is not going to do that anymore, and he hasn't.
Bullshit. Let me explain to you why.
Bullshit. And I agree with Chris because he does do it. This is 2 months in, guys. This is before he said half a lot of the stuff. that he's come out and said. This is before him acting like he's jerking off on Brittany J's panel, and she's in the background, clapping and stuff. That's what this was way before all that. So he calls bullshit because Chris Proudfoot knows. And look, they don't even have his name right. Chris Proudfoot food. They couldn't even put his name right on the fucking banner. You guys are web sleuths. You're supposed to be web sleuths.
Why? That Sunday when
that is so inappropriate, because I am sorry, but the T and the D are not near each other.
I went to that vigil and spoke to Seth very calmly, very respectfully. We were having a good conversation while everybody stood behind me and would snap the little pictures and stuff. Heather came up in the conversation. She saw us. It was not an aggressive conversation. It was actually a good one. Mm-hmm. But see, it wasn't 3 hours later. Seth was on YouTube on somebody else's show, saying that he's blaming Katie, my wife, for Sebastian's disappearance.
Look at that. Look at that. And you know, and you could tell that Chris is mad. I 100% would be so mad.
Now, unless you've got cold hard facts, which you don't.
Unless you've got cold hard facts. Unless you got cold hard facts. No denial. Just you're lacking facts and evidence.
He's just trying to be reasonable with people. He's trying to talk to them because they don't understand. If he says she's innocent, no one's going to believe him. No one is going to believe if he says that.
Let's listen to that again.
Seth was on YouTube on somebody else's show, saying that he's blaming Katie, my wife, for Sebastian's disappearance. Now,
well, that's okay. She just skims over that.
Unless you got cold hard facts, which you don't open your mouth. Because all you're doing is making an ass out of yourself because you're assuming.
Say that everybody is grieving and handling this situation differently. I won't comment on if I agree with any of the ways that people are acting at this point. I do think, you know, in the last week, we've been trying to build a bridge. And I know it's difficult.
What marriage did Chris break up? It says, and Chris broke up marriages. You have no bounds.
And it's not going to be just clean and perfect. But I think if we can all just refocus and try to not focus on the other things people have done that make you angry.
So here, let me explain to y'all something that y'all don't get a chance to see. Because unfortunately,
I wonder if this is going to be about Sebastian.
We're meeting on a very bad circumstance. Mm-hmm. Okay, but Seth can tell.
Every interview I've ever heard with the Proudfoots with Chris and Katie, they do talk about Sebastian the whole damn time. I've learned so much about Sebastian through them. I don't know anything positive about Sebastian through Seth, and that's just my honest opinion from all the interviews that I've seen. It's clear to me that Seth is a me, I, this is me, this is all, you know, I want the attention. Although he is a grieving father, I'm not going to take that away from him. But his personality is awful. It's just awful. His actions that he has come out and done on this platform have been awful. Cussing people out, calling them boy, little boy, hooking up with Michaela when his son is fucking missing, and you're worried about getting some ass. And then you give her money, supposedly $12,000 out of your GoFundMe that's supposed to be for your child to get things to find your son. You give that money to a woman. Right there, you're ignorant.
As to this. So,
I mean, are you doing anything later tonight? Because I like money.
Seth comes to Tennessee.
Yeah, he told us to all F off too. Yep.
He gets his job in the security force. He wants to be law enforcement. He has had a dream of being law enforcement since I have known him.
How long have you known this man, Seth?
Okay. There was a chance for something that came up, and I called him.
You dumbass. I'm going to assume he's known him for a little while. He's married to Katie.
I said, look, I think you should apply for this. I think you'd be great at it, which is the job he currently has. Okay. Now, he gets accepted. He's excited. He calls me and says, thank you, man. I really appreciate you helping me. That I have been a supporter and a cheerleader for him this whole time. But y'all don't get to see that. And Seth's not going to tell you that. During the middle of the training, Seth decided one day he wants to call me, tell me he doesn't think he's going to complete it. But I told him, I said, look, you're going to sit there and you're going to go back in there and you're going to complete this training because your son thinks you hang the moon and the sun. So you need to go in there and
Wow, pretty. Let's listen to that. What does Sebastian think? Let's listen.
he doesn't think he's going to complete it. But I told him, I said, look, you're going to sit there and you're going to go back in there and you're going to complete this training because your son thinks you hang the moon and the sun.
Huh. That doesn't sound like an abusive father to me. Just thought I'd throw that out there.
To be nice.
Thought I'd throw that out there.
I think I'll throw this out there. If it wasn't for Chris Proudfoot, or Food, I guess you're going to call him now. If it wasn't for Chris, Seth wouldn't have that little job that he had, right? Because he wanted to quit. He didn't even want to go through the training to do the job. So how is he even actually doing the job right now? Half-assing it? I mean, or not doing it at all?
Sebastian thinks his father is Superman. That's not what you typically get from a child that has a wildly abusive father.
So you need to go in there and prove to you.
Children that have abusive parents, a lot of times that those children love those parents more than the normal child, because they feel like they're getting punished when they are abused, and they always try to take up for it. They walking on eggshells, doing everything correctly, Betty. So that's a lie.
Your son that dreams and goals can be met. Mm-hmm. I have been very, very supportive of him trying to do these things. I have told him on Sunday, I supported him then, I would support him now. But I will not stand by and watch somebody be straight up disrespectful and accuse people and say things that have absolutely no bearing. Absolutely nothing.
Okay, well, again, I just, if I could just step in.
I mean, Chris, I would love for us to refocus and talk about not necessarily the investigation that we can't talk about, but what has been done, what you understand about dog tracks, what you understand about the circumstances. We could go on and on all night, and I know.
Finally, we're getting back to some actual stuff that might help locate the whereabouts of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers.
So,
and we are 1 hour and 34 minutes into this.
We have a lot of really big feelings that are valid. But I think Heather would agree. We would just really love to redirect this back to Sebastian, because the anger doesn't solve anything.
It's not truly all anger. It's discipline.
No, and I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, at this point, it's just not helping find Sebastian. Yeah. And it's like an energy vampire, right. And we're all tired. And I can't imagine how tired you are. I know how tired I am. So I would love to redirect back to what you know and what you think.
And then I have some questions that I hope you can answer that will help clear things up.
I'll answer questions unless it's something I have been told by law enforcement that I cannot answer. I've said that from day one, and I'm telling you now,
we've learned that some of this is not true because, according to Dog's team, they found out that he was not advised by TBI not to take the polygraph. So,
Dog's team, get the F out of here, Betty. No one's talking to Dog.
It questions all these statements that are being made related to what TBI told him he can talk about and what TBI told him he could not talk about. So I just wanted to make sure that was clarified as well.
Has not changed. So ask your questions.
Did you pass the polygraph?
Yes, I sure did, with flying colors.
And it was TBI that gave it to you?
Yes, TBI gave it to me along with another agency.
Okay.
No, that was kept quiet because it's nobody. We kept it all quiet.
Well, no, I think it's great that you're telling us now.
Did we ever determine whether that statement is true or not? I'm not sure.
Betty, you don't even know.
We were looking into it early on, and then we had the Nancy Grace show, and the Nancy Grace show. Ooh, I'm sorry, I'm watching something. A road raging incident. A long story short, do we? we're having conflicting statements because on Nancy Grace, which was done around March, I got to look at my spreadsheet, around March or something like that. And then we have this, and I can't remember in conjunction with this, maybe somewhere along the lines, a polygraph was taken, because we know by Nancy Grace there was none, and he was supposed to set it up with Nancy Grace and decided not to. So I'm just curious about that. I don't know if that was ever established, whether he really did take it, but he's saying
He
here
did.
on April 27th that
I'm pretty sure the other agency he's talking about Nancy without saying it.
2 were conducted by 2
My
separate
opinion.
agencies.
Right. And you know, Seth knew about it the day on that
And Seth fell asleep during his.
Tuesday when I took it past it.
And the medication he was on, if he was just on the tizanidine and the muscle relaxer and whatever else he was on, because they said that he's told the medications one day they're not hardcore medications at all. He wouldn't fall asleep on those medications. So either he was super tired and relaxed and fell asleep, or I don't know.
They called and told him that I passed it.
And okay, well, maybe he was told he couldn't say anything.
No, he was told.
See, she gives excuses. Like, I hate these people that give Seth all these excuses. Well, maybe. But then if Chris needs that dignity and that little bit of respect because his words slip up, oh, hell no. Nope.
He could say something. They told him so he would try to keep his rhetoric down. That's why they told him. And I have the text message where they asked me if they could tell him. And I said, I've listened to y'all from the beginning. I'm listening to you now. So please do what you feel is best.
Okay, so you passed the polygraph with flying colors. Let me ask you this. People in chat are asking, did you tear down any posters of Sebastian, you or anyone you know?
That is a straight up no. And I can't believe people would think I would tear down flyers or posters of my missing stepson.
Okay.
I just wanted everybody to hear the statement about the flyers and the posters. I'm not going to comment on it, just letting you guys hear the statement.
Which, you know, another thing which is kind of funny that you bring this up, because some people, and yes, they are pertinent to the investigation, have
Is this supposed to be helping her case? Because it's really not.
said that there's a video floating around of me tearing these things down.
Mhm.
If you got it, post it. Because
I
if you
agree.
ain't got it,
I do agree with that. If you got it, post it. All right,
Right.
guys, if you got it, post it. Right from the mouths of babes.
shut up.
And I mean, I'll say on record from myself, I've never seen that.
And I
Exactly,
also wanna
because
say-
it doesn't exist.
I'm sure it doesn't.
And I want to say on record that in my conversation earlier with Chris and Katie, Katie said she had one request of me, and that was that when I do these interviews, that I, at some point in the interview, remind people to hand out the flyers and put them up everywhere.
Please.
Huh,
we're
how about
begging.
that?
I don't know how to beg you even more. I don't know what it's going to take for America, the world, whoever to understand. We are begging you to hang posters, talk to whomever, spread the words, keep your eyes open.
Wow.
And when you find something, don't wait 2 weeks to make a report. Because let me tell you something, that's what's been going on.
Or like a month before you file something filled with lies. We're doing these exact instructions. Got
Whatever,
it.
Betty.
Got it.
Some of the leads that are coming in are 2 or 3 weeks old.
Why do you
Instead of
think
when
that
you
is?
see something, you pick up the phone immediately
Right.
and you call the cops.
Just remember,
It took them so long because they had to try to track you down to serve you, Betty. That's why it took so long.
the morning of February 26th, Sebastian Wade Rogers was not found in his bed at 6 a.m. But the call to law enforcement to report that child not being in his bed and missing came in at 6:33, some 30 minutes later. Not really right away, but not 2 weeks later. I mean, I guess that's a plus.
Yeah.
Don't call your best friend
Right.
and say, hey, I think I seen this kid. Don't call these investigators. No offense, Chloe and Heather. You don't call them first. You don't call Seth. You don't call anybody but law enforcement only, and make your report immediately.
I will say, we've received tips that maybe haven't been called into law enforcement, but we call them in. And we also received tips that have been called into law enforcement, but the person that called the tip in didn't get any feedback when they were told they were going to be called back. And so they were worried that maybe it didn't get looked into enough. So I don't
So
think
for the record,
passing
right?
tips
So
to law
for the record, I think what folks need to understand, because no, y'all don't have all the information that Katie and I and some of the information that Seth has. You don't, and I understand that, and I'm sorry that we can't give you every single thing under the sun. I wish we truly could, but unfortunately we can't.
Right.
But when you do make a report, and you give them a name and a number, you tell them the location, you tell them a very detailed description and everything. You don't expect to get a call back from law enforcement, period. Don't. Because I'm sorry, but they don't have the time to stop and answer every single call back when they're looking for missing children. Not just ours, but there's so many children out there that are missing.
Right.
So
does anybody know of any missing children currently right now in Sumner County, other than Sebastian?
He's whatever. I think he meant just like in general. I don't think he meant it like that.
Drake Rogers. If you do, would you mind sending me those cases over to bullhornbetty@gmail.com, bullhornbetty@gmail.com? I'd like to see all the cases of the missing people in this community and just see where they are.
Why can't you look it up? It'd take you 2 friggin' seconds.
Or if you've known of any in the past.
You
I'd like to
lazy
see those
ass.
as well.
Can't do your own research.
I'm sorry that some of y'all feel that you deserve an answer, but it's not.
Have you ever heard me say that to y'all on my main channel, like, you know, my true crime channel, me say something like, can you guys look this up and then send it to my email? Have you ever heard me? No, I don't do that shit. Like, that's crazy to me. And all these creators do it. All of them. And they get paid. They get so much money with memberships, super chats, and their views. And they come online and they literally don't know what they're going to talk about even. They just look to the chat to tell them what to talk about.
And I'm sorry, it's just going to sound rude when I say this, but
Maybe it's a little jealousy because I work so damn hard to put the cases together, but it's like shit.
But you don't deserve an answer. You'll get the answer when we get the answer. The family gets the answer on a missing boy, not strangers. They're not calling y'all to tell you.
Chris, this is what I have to tell when I talk to law enforcement, and it's difficult to accept, and I still have trouble with it too. This is the way it is. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But again, when you ask the public for help, people are going to start looking, and they look at the last place that Sebastian was known to be, and then it just goes from there. And I'm sorry, it shouldn't, but that's how it does, and we can clear a lot up tonight. And I'm
Yes,
so
let's
glad.
do this.
Okay, BW says, Chris, are you frustrated with law enforcement, or do you feel like you're getting adequate information from them?
I'm not upset with law enforcement. I'll tell you right now, the agencies that are involved have thrown every asset that they have at this. What people don't understand, this has actually probably been one of the largest searches for a missing child in Sumner County history, period, and probably in the state with a number of assets. Do I think they're doing everything they can? You bet your sweet tail I am. You can bet on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, just short of making everybody in this United States go hand in hand, start on one side of the country and sweep through hand in hand, that's probably about, I don't know what else to tell you. I'm very happy with what they've done. I know there are some other folks that don't feel that way, and I'm sorry because they are not in the know.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have to remember one thing. They're not going to expend every single asset, every single minute of the day on one child.
Of course.
You have to keep in mind
Wow.
how many children are missing, and it has to be equally dissolved among everybody. And I'm not going to lie to you. It hurt. It hurt the day that they came in on day 8 and told us that they have to pull back.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't nothing. There was more of a gut punch to take than being told that. I
can imagine. Because you're not expecting them to say that.
I will tell you that I have never in my life, and I'm telling you, this is the first case I've ever came across where a child of missing parents are okay with the investigation when it's turned up no evidence, or their son. I've never heard any parent being okay with that. They've all, even at times, Jen was, wondering what more could be done and getting frustrated with law enforcement and had to do her own work to find out what.
They have to keep their trust in law enforcement. That's all they have, Betty. What do you mean?
What was going on in her own daughter's case. I've never heard of any parent, well, except one. I think Don Wells was one of the first people that implied the same thing about, they're happy with the investigation and, it just didn't work out for them. And he understands they need to go to other cases and it's okay. So I have heard it in part, but not quite couched this way. But I always get a weird, funny
It's just common sense.
feeling when parents of missing children are okay with the lack of production on their case. It's just it's concerning because even when law enforcement is doing everything right, and I've seen it myself, there's nothing more law enforcement can truly do, and they've done everything by the book and everything like that. And the parents are still very frustrated with law enforcement and about their lack of information and details in their child's case. So this, I've only seen this a number of times where they're okay. I've never seen it couched quite like this, but it's very few and far between. And the people that I have heard it from don't really ring on the high morality compass.
You're not expecting them to say, yeah, we're going to pull back and put less.
I do expect that, but here's the thing. I'm also a realistic person.
Mm-hmm.
I would love for them to expend every aspect and every asset and every single second of the day finding Sebastian. That's not realistic.
Yeah,
It's
I
not.
understand. I want to read you a comment, and I like this comment from Brittany Cole. It says, sometimes you have to block out the noise, Chris. The public
Well, Angela, you give me a lot of credit and a lot of power that I don't possess.
will do what they do, and that's the truth. A lot of us are just trying to offer help. It's the bad ones that you remember, and not all the much bigger crowd of good people who are not doing this.
And I mean, weeks ago, somebody asked me what I thought, and I had some information from court documents that could have been a lot of quote unquote tea for the internet to have, and I refused to release it because
What documents on, let me ask you this, on who? Me, Seth, Katie?
Katie.
Okay.
I refused to release it because number one, I didn't think it would help find Sebastian. Number two, it was a deeply personal thing. And
When she was
also,
young?
yes.
Okay, so
Oh, is that the marriage to Seth?
Let me finish. And I referred to the Michael Vaughn case where his parents got completely slaughtered.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. And Betty was one of them.
By the public for a very long time. And they didn't do anything to that boy. I do not believe.
They didn't.
Now they have proof. But they just got.
And they got annihilated. I was there. I went out there to talk to the mom because I didn't want to engage in that. And it was.
No, you did engage, Betty.
All untrue. Brandy and her husband had nothing to do with the disappearance of their child. And we backed Brandy 100% on those statements because we went out there, boots on the ground. We talked to neighbors and people that didn't even know them described the franticness of the mom when she came home looking for her son. And I can't imagine what Brandy was going through those initial minutes when she couldn't find him. It must have been horrific. And you know what she did? She made it all about her son. She didn't make it about what she was going through or how bad things had gotten for her. It was 100% about Michael Monkey Vaughn. And if that's anything you guys take away from this, that's what I'd like to say. That woman was crucified on social media. We did not partake in that crucifixion. And I got to tell you, she always kept it about her son, every single one of her videos with picture in hand. She never talked about what she was going through personally, how bad it was getting for her personally. She kept it about her son, which is one thing we don't see. And
I will agree with Betty on that 100,000%. I can't believe we're agreeing on something. Also, congratulations again to Brandy and Tyler. They went and got married. They did the marriage thing. So I did show the picture a few weeks ago. So congratulations again, guys.
In this.
Slaughtered. And
I can't imagine their pain.
People can say without a shadow of a doubt that they just know what somebody did, and they don't. Well, if you know, take it to the police and let's solve this.
Yeah, tell all the show.
I want to remind everybody that our batting average on this channel is very high.
Collins and Watson's out there since they have their PhDs.
Their batting average sucks. I wouldn't put them on a little league team. I would not even put her in the outfield on a little league team. And you know it, on a little league team, if they put you in the outfield, you ain't doing nothing.
He's in criminal justice and forensics and all this. Since they got it, by all means, we welcome you to the case. We welcome you to come in here and show us. And show these law enforcement officers that have so many years of experience that they don't know anything. We'd love to.
Well, we definitely know they have not located and arrested 10,000 fugitives. We definitely know that. And the one person that has, they are absolutely adamant about keeping out of this case, which is really bizarre for me.
You do it.
Chris, this isn't helping.
I know it's not helping, but
let's
this goes back
get the
to
public
what's
on your
being
side.
asked.
Let's get people on your side, and then we can all work together. Because I know
that's just the thing. This isn't about sides. This is not about sides.
Exactly, and that's
This is
what
This
we're
is
trying
about
to do.
Sebastian.
You know,
it is.
Yet we have 1 hour and 45 minutes about. Let's see if we can turn this down here. 1 hour and 45 minutes about feelings, about how people are being treated. You know, where's Sebastian and all of that? I'd like to know. You know,
but if we're not.
Where's Sebastian every night when Seth's and Brittany's panel crying about himself?
Now I'm Team Sebastian. You know, I was brought in to do one thing.
Same.
Okay, guys, let me just say, coming from the other side.
No, it's not Trevor's mom. Did they really? I saw that somebody. I mean, well, of course I saw the joke on on Stephen Crabtree's. Let me pull this up. Wait, where is it at? Unfiltered. Hey, did you see the press conference is canceled because of fear of a marching band? Oh my gosh. So SF made a joke on Stephen Crabtree's live. I actually happened to be in that live yesterday. I poked my head in for a minute to say hey, and I heard him say that, and I just kind of giggled. And so today Stephen Crabtree had put something like on Twitter. I don't even follow him on Twitter, but I thought that's where I saw it. Let me see. And he said that like last night somebody went on Britney's live and was like something about there was going to be a marching band and be careful in this and that. All right here. Okay. Let me share this tab with you. It says, I don't think I need commentary for this post. Please see the comment under the boxes shaking my head. How are people adulting through life sometimes? It says, someone please notify Tony and Nick about this marching band that is going to cause the press conference issues. It's crazy. No, they did. It was 10 a.m. I think. I think that's when it was supposed to be. But that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Now I'll have to look it up to see if I can find where they're saying they're not doing it anymore. Oh, wrong one. That was my video I shared with you guys earlier. Where the hell am I? There we go. Okay, let me find it.
You
Let me go
want
back
the
to
public's
Twitter.
help. You need the public's help. Let's not insult the public. There are asses out there. And believe me, we fight against them all the time, don't we, Stacey? Constantly. These jerks out there that pull all this crap just to get clicks. We don't have
I can tell you my work is not crap and it's not for clicks. I could care less if people watch or not. We use these platforms to support the missions, the cases, the investigative reporting, and we go boots on the ground and collect information that is pertinent to these cases. It is displayed across the Leilani Simon case. Everything we said happened to that boy is coming out in court. Everything that we were told that
Found it. Okay, I found it. Look at the. Oh my. I'm sorry, guys. My laugh's horrible, but this is too much. This is too much. This is too much. This is from the law offices of Joseph Lesniak. I was going to bring the tuba. Due to security concerns, the news conference scheduled for tomorrow at the Delaware County Court of Common Pleas has been postponed to the date of the first hearing set by the court to ensure adequate security measures are in place. There have been reports of individuals arranging for a marching band to interrupt the conference along with other suspicious messages. Networks with scheduled appearances are unaffected by this postponement. Because they didn't have nothing to say and they knew no one was going to show up to their damn little thing. Their little... Oh, this is too good. This is too good.
You guys, the audience, we're told we're lies, that I was only doing it for clicks and
I was going to bring in the food truck. I had the taco truck ready.
views, making up these wild allegations about what happened to that young boy. And we're finding out that Bullhorn Betty had it 100% accurate and correct. Kind of funny that happens. Maybe that's
You've never had anything accurate or correct.
why shutting me or attempting to shut me down. They're not trying to shut other people down. The crackpots out there on YouTube. They're trying to shut down specific people.
You are the crackpot.
Advertising on this channel, we don't ask for money. We do it because we want to help. But it doesn't help.
So can I ask you a question on your show?
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you the same question I ask everybody else when we went on their shows. So I'm on your show and I'm sure it is blown up. So the more people that come on, the more money the show makes.
No, I make no money.
We don't make money. We're not monetized.
It's not monetized.
We don't take
Not a
money.
monetary show.
No, they don't monetize.
No.
We do not monetize. We do not monetize. It costs me money to do this.
Yeah,
The reason why I asked
so I will go on.
I'm monetized and it costs me a lot of money to do this.
Yeah.
It's completely free,
Well,
and the website is as well.
No
Right.
advertising.
So the reason why I'm asking that question, okay, is because if people are true to what they say in their heart, especially those, and they know who I'm talking about, the clickers,
Yeah.
the shows that make this money,
Yeah.
I would love for you to make a public announcement for every dollar you've made. If you truly do this for the goodness of your heart, every dollar that you have made, you should donate it to the cause, not to your personal gain.
I can tell you just about 100% of everything over and above my living expenses are donated to these cases. It costs a lot of money to take airfare, stay in hotels, and drive rental cars, right? Those aren't cheap. It's $300 or $400 a week to have a rental car. Nobody takes that into consideration. It's easy to talk about not needing to be monetized when you're sitting at home behind a computer. But for those of us that get out there and really do shoe leather investigative work for our reporting here on our shows, it's not, we have a lot of overhead.
Bitch, you haven't done that. Allegedly. No, you haven't done that. That's the truth. Betty, you have went to Tennessee like 4 times and you have forgotten your snake boots every time. If I were you, Betty, as soon as I got home from Tennessee, I would put my snake boots in my car so I wouldn't forget them. You have not searched for this young boy not one time. And you have the means to drive to Tennessee. If I had the means to drive to Tennessee and I had my subscribers giving me thousands of dollars to stay in hotels and get rental cars or whatever, I would be searching. I would at least be searching. I wouldn't just be standing out there having lunch and dinner with Seth and Tony, kicking back, relaxing, and laughing.
On our channels.
Or driving around going and looking for possible search spots. That makes no damn sense. Get out of the car and search.
And lots of overhead. So there is that. I will tell you, this channel is monetized. Bullhorn Betty channels are monetized across multiple platforms because it takes money to get out to these places. So it's either I have my hand out to you or we monetize the channel and get ad revenue. Take your pick.
She does both.
Well, yeah, we don't, like I said, we make zero money. It costs us money.
And I appreciate it and I respect that. Thank y'all ladies for that. I will give you that.
At least I have a degree. I mean, at least I have my bachelor's in criminal justice and applied science. You know, like, I mean, my brain can actually, I can put some use to my brain and come out here and say some things about true crime cases and back it up with factual information. She just like thinks that she was a pretend lawyer at one point, a paralegal that just like, you know, I don't even know if she really even was a paralegal at this point, but she doesn't know the law very well.
So, but no, I understand what you're saying. But again, it's just like with, you know, Nancy Grace or with news media, they report the news. Unfortunately, this is social media. And I agree, there's people out there, and I'm not going to even say their names, but they know who they are. They do this crap to get clickbait so they can make more money, and it's disgusting.
So we actually investigate, the truth behind the statements. And that's what good investigative reporters do. And we're going to continue to investigate and report on cases that matter to our audience. And we will not be infringed upon by our government. We don't threaten people. We definitely don't assault people. We are law and order. We follow the law to a T. And very thankful that we do, because I think that's the only thing that's going to save my hide in the end of all of this, is just how well I documented my trip and my journey, and how I wasn't stalking any individual, nor did I threaten any individual. Saying a law enforcement advised me to get a gun is not a threat by any way, shape, or form. It was conversation.
But they didn't advise you to get a gun.
It was a statement that I relayed to my audience from another officer, a law enforcement officer, while he had a body cam. So those statements can definitely be taken and proven without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, where those statements came from.
Didn't Clue show all that body cam? Did anyone see the cops tell her to get a gun? I don't think they did.
From everybody knows that the statement related to the machete. I've had a machete on my wish list from the Summer Wells case when we were out in the woods and it was hard to get in. And I reiterated it when we were in Paola Miranda's
Really wants that machete, but forget about them snake boots.
case, because we were out in the freaking swamp and the crap that we had to crawl through. A machete would have been very, very good to cut through some of that shrubbery. And so finally, after 3 years, somebody purchased my machete off my wish list, and we were going to be going out in the woods of Tennessee.
Off my wish list.
And I made it very clear, you know, this will be very good about cutting through some of the vines and stuff like that. That came back, and somehow me going into the woods of Tennessee with a machete to cut down vines ended up being a threat levied upon these people, which is a crock of shit. Both of those statements were a crock of machete, karate, pivot. So
She's
we all know
hilarious.
that these statements were based upon lies and fabricated information, and so that hopefully will be, will be taken into consideration in the appellate issue. I don't know if those will be, but from my understanding, the appellate issue is whether the proper procedures were followed, and I don't think that they were. So we will see what goes on with that. Proper service in a civil case is a requirement. It's not something you can overlook and just say, oh, she received the documents, it's service. That's not how civil cases work, and hopefully a higher court will agree with that. So I usually don't stare disseminating opinions out of respect for my friend. However, my opinion is my opinion. You've never seen me go to bat for Seth either, have you? I don't know what that is, Mexica, but as long as you're not being rude, you're allowed and entitled to your opinion. Ginger says, I'm not a Web Sleuths fan. Sorry, I'm not really either. I've never really been. They've all attacked me over all these lies that they were fed early on in my career here on YouTube, along with a lot of other people, because it has been a cyberbullying campaign and dissemination of false information campaign against me that has been going on for 3 years. Each of these cases is a new allegations, so to speak. And so the case that we're discussing right now is Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers and the federal suit filed to hold the people that have coordinated and been paid to run interference. And I think.
Does anyone know when her next court date is? I haven't looked it up. Let me see over here, because she needs to go back to court. The 20th? Oh man, you guys are good. I was going to look it up. November 20th. Man, that far? That's like another month. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Yeah, what's Wednesday? I know that. So they were supposed to have I guess we'll find out if the lawsuits go through soon, right? I mean, they're saying that they have 50 other people other than Granny and Barbecue Lady, which I don't know if a judge has seen those papers yet. According to, I mean, I looked on Twitter. I haven't seen anything on Twitter about it, like under the law offices of Joseph Lesniak or Nick the Hat. And I'm sure that when it comes out, they would, if it does get approved by a judge, which I highly doubt it will. I really highly doubt it. This is going to go any further than anything. I just don't see it. They even cited in there. What else did they cited in there that they made it seem like Granny's watching is the one that found the black pants in the river, and that she is the one that like started this rumor that they were Sebastian's, and she never did that. Terry found those pants. It's like, what are you talking about? The law office of Joseph Lesniak, followed by Chronicles of the Shady and Canine Captain Julia. Okay, let's see. So if you're not following me over on the Twitter, I am over there. I do post a lot. I try to post a lot, but my name over there is @titanium_built because it's a different channel. If you like true crime, you're into that stuff. I post everything though over there. I don't really care what I post. I do that. And I also have a TikTok page, which is @titaniumbuilt. And I put funny videos on there, and I put all the stuff that I didn't really want to put on YouTube, like on that page as well. So if you ever want to check those out. Also, I do have a true crime channel. We do follow different cases. We follow Sebastian's case, of course, but we're not running it every night. We covered the paperwork that came out the last 2 nights. And then before that, it was September 18th. But I'll put my channel name in there in the chat. If you guys would like to go over there, subscribe, we would love to have you. We go live every night around 9:15, 9:35. And we talk about true crime cases, all of them. I mean, all of them. We cover a lot over there. So hopefully that link will work. It should. Yep, it did. And it's a little bit of our bigger channel. So hopefully we'll see you guys over there. But I'm going to jump off of here. I'm going to actually, my dogs are sleeping. I'm going to see if they'll sleep for a little while longer before I've taken them for a walk. But I'm going to go take them on a little walkie. It's beautiful today. It's sunny. I don't know what the temperature is, but I'll tell you, if my watch won't stop sending me alerts. It's 74 degrees here in Ohio. So it's crazy how pretty it is. So I don't think it'll be extended either. I really don't. And I appreciate you guys. And I loved seeing all the new names in here today. It was great to meet you guys. Isabel, it was great to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Love you, girl. I will see you guys all later this evening on the main channel. And just make sure you have your bell alert set for this channel. That way, if you want to see what we put over here, you'll have the alarm set. So I'll see you guys all later. You have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.